Alright, so how are you guys? This is Rick from the Video Place, and one of my buddies, Ian, Forkerball on YouTube, had put up a community chat about classic films, what makes a classic. And, I think classics are just different from person to person. Now, there's a lot of critics who are like, hey, these are considered classic films, they're the best. But I don't necessarily follow those. I liked seeing some of them. Perfect example is Gone with the Wind. I've seen it. It's okay. American in Paris. I hated it. Couldn't stand it. Lawrence of Arabia. Not a fan. Beautiful, but not a fan. But then there's movies like Ben-Hur, which I really enjoy. The Maltese Falcon. Find it incredibly enjoyable. I think classic films are defined as anything that you just would have a lot of rewatchability that you can come back to. I mean, classic films are going to be different for everybody. I grew up on Universal Horror, so for me, classics are like Dracula, The Wolfman, Frankenstein, things that I go back to over and over again. Movies like Spaceballs, to me, it's a classic. Not everybody likes it, and that's fine. But to me, it'll always be a classic. Even a movie like Weekend at Bernie's, which was a big part of my childhood, I hadn't watched it in a few years, but I like to watch it around Labor Day every year. It's a classic. Stand By Me, another great film. But classics, I mean, there's a lot of great films out there. I like Roger Ebert, and I love reading I've got 3 of his 4 books, so I like seeing what he says about his great films. And because of his books, I have found some movies I've enjoyed. Nosferatu, perfect movie. Stagecoach, really enjoyed it. Rio Bravo, great film. So yeah, I love hearing what they say about some of these films, but I think it really boils down to everybody's different on what they're gonna like. We're not all made to like the same thing. So classics can vary from person to person. Ian had mentioned Commando. I love Commando. Great action, like tons of one-liners. For me, it's an action classic. And then there's science fiction classics like the original Planet of the Apes, a film I thoroughly enjoy. Original Godzilla, good movie. There's comedy Summer Rental. To me, it's one of my wife's favorite movies, and I really enjoy watching it with her. National Lampoon's Vacation, another comedy we watch it about once a year. Christmas Vacation. It's in my annual rotation of must-watch Christmas films because it's a classic. So again, I just feel that it really just comes down to the person and what they're into. I mean, I've got a wide variety of films. I've got just under 1,000 movies. I'd say about 60 to 70% of those are classic horror films. There's a lot of comedies. There's silent films. It just comes down to what you like. But I think it's a really good chat topic, and I appreciate him putting this up. All right, guys, that's all I got to say on that one. Take care. Have a great night.